Alright guys, yeah, I'm back again with another video. I'm flying these out like there's no tomorrow from today, but basically I am flying them out. So alright guys, I'm back with my thoughts on CM Punk's comments on the Art of Wrestling podcast with Colt Cabana. And I want to really say that this shoot interview that CM Punk did last week, I know I'm late on, I just want to talk about this because it's been bugging my mind. I want to, really give my thoughts on this because I thought this podcast with Colt Cabana and CM Punk was really, really good. I enjoyed it. It was just really straight out. It wasn't like, say, a Sam Roberts podcast. I do like that show. But it was straight out. CM Punk, in my opinion, spoke out really how he felt about the WWE, how he felt about some of the things that he didn't like. But I would say in some of that interview, I said, I disagree on some of the things that CM Punk said. I'm a CM Punk fan, but I disagree with some of the things he said. He brought up some good points and some bad points. Like, the first one I'm going to talk about is, the first one he said that he's pissed off about was that he wanted, so the whole thing was, in 2011, he came up with this idea where, basically, in the summer 2011, when he was coming back from his whole contract thing and the whole thing with John Cena, he wanted to basically have sponsors on his shorts, on his trunks or whatever. And he went up to Vince with the idea. He said, Vince got this idea where I want trunks on my, thingy, on my, sponsors on my trunks like Brock Lesnar. Well, he didn't say that, but they say it like that. And and then Vince says, well, oh no, we can't do it. We cannot do that because basically it will ruin the sponsors that Raw have and the WWE have and whatever. And then he says that, and then Punk goes on to say, oh well, a year later Brock comes in like back in the April, and then he has sponsors on his shorts. Like it's okay. Okay, alright, let's get into this. It's okay to have CM Punk. It's okay to have Brock Lesnar is supposed to have those UFC sponsors because he has shares with the UFC because he is a partner with the UFC and some of those sponsors in the UFC. He made a massive draw in the UFC. Somebody like CM Punk cannot wear MMA, UFC, whatever they sponsor in the UFC. I don't watch UFC, I'm not a fan of that. But whatever they sponsor in the UFC, CM Punk could have not worn it because it would just be copyright. You just saw CM Punk doing fucking MMA, UFC kind of stuff. Like with Brock Lesnar has the UFC/MMA character. He's been in the UFC. He's done MMA. So that's his whole character. And if you don't have the sponsor for Brock Lesnar like he does on his shorts, then how do you know? I mean, that what suits Brock Lesnar. Like, do you really think that Brock was going to come back in trunks and wrestling in trunks again? Really? This coffee done. And another point, and it's something else that CM Punk didn't think of. I mean, do you think all the other wrestlers will be happy if just CM Punk got sponsors? Like, do you want every single man and woman on the roster to get sponsored from like Pepsi and Coke? Their rivals, that won't work. I mean, CM Punk didn't think this really through, did he? I mean, I don't know why CM Punk's pissed off with us. I mean, I know he's trying to get buy-base and TV values for the WWE, but just basically leave that stuff out. I mean, Brock made a name in the UFC. I mean, I can say the same for The Rock. I mean, The Rock's made a great name for himself in the movie business. So has Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, what if say if Disney wanted to, let's say if The Rock wanted to sponsor Disney, and let's say Pepsi wanted to sponsor CM Punk. They're two rivals. We won't have Disney would want to sponsor The Rock, and Pepsi would want to sponsor CM Punk. You know, they're two different companies. In my opinion, Disney are a bigger company because of the Disney World and the Disney movies and stuff. But Pepsi is not a bigger company than Disneyland, if you know what I mean. So there you go. And that kind of, in my opinion, sums it up. And another thing that he said that is basically what pissed him off is basically that another thing was that John Cena was in more movies than he was. In my opinion, I think that in my opinion, is pissed off at Triple H because yeah, he gave Randy Orton the 12 rounds again, whatever movie it is, some shitty WWE movie back in 2012 instead of CM Punk, because CM Punk was promised to be in a movie in 2012, and then the whole thing was he was pissed off. Basically because of CM Punk only wanted to do house shows off and whatever, and CM Punk was the champion, and it was the UK tour, and he wanted to show it crashed in with the UK tour and the whole feud with Ryback and whatever, and that's why the whole thing that's why he was pissed off with Randy Orton getting the thingy with the whole getting the 12 rounds getting the 12 rounds 2 movie script, stuff like that. And another thing he was pissed off, a thing that he kept saying was that Triple H was a douche backstage. I don't really know, because I don't really work with Triple H backstage. We only see him on screen, so we don't really know about that stuff, but apparently Triple H is a douche backstage. We know that sometimes Triple H can be a douche, as a character, but we don't know how he is as a person. And I know that CM Punk can bash Triple H all he wants, but CM Punk knows that Triple H did bend over backwards to CM Punk's re-signing him back, giving him a main event, giving him one of the big 3 main event matches of WrestleMania, giving him matches with The Undertaker, giving him a feud with The Rock. I mean, that has got to do with something with Triple H in my opinion. Some of it's got to be Vince, some of it's got to be creative, but some of that has got to be Triple H. Much as people want to bash Triple H, Triple H has helped CM Punk to become a main event. I mean he's helped him feud with guys like The Rock, Undertaker, John Cena. I'm trying to think who else. He's had promo segments with Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. He's had promo segments with virtually most of the Hall of Famers, and he's called Triple H a douche. Like, really, like, he's trying to really help you to become a main event with Punk. Like, really. Basically, he goes on to say that he was pissed off that he didn't get to main event WrestleMania, he didn't get to win the Royal Rumble, stuff like that. Basically, and basically he was saying, he wasn't bashing the WWE. He was basically speaking open-minded, saying that he used to love wrestling and he was tired of he was really getting pissed off and getting banged up all the time, and he was pissed off of basically getting injured, not getting featured in the main event scene and stuff like that. So that's about it. So that guys was my thoughts on CM Punk. I just wanted to address a few things that he said, and thanks for watching guys. Right out.